Boxes and boxes of medicine. Not unusual for a pharmaceutical company, but Whatcart's main warehouse in Wrexham now has double the number of drugs than normal. It's stockpiling in case we leave the EU with no deal, contingency planning of the highest order.
Up to 4 months we are quite well covered, and beyond that we have got more stocks coming from all other countries.
Managing Director Singh says it's a prudent but essential measure.
If there is going to be any kind of a shortage is going to be there, then we should be well equipped and prepared for supplying the patients, because many of the products which we supply go to secondary care, which is in the hospitals.
This warehouse usually operates at around 85% capacity. At the moment it's at 95%, and another warehouse has been opened to help hold all the stock. The extra drugs, including antibiotics, anti-diabetic drugs and bovine insulin, have cost this company an extra £10 million. But the boss here says it makes business sense and could be vital for patients.
The fear is any blockages at the border could delay the supply of drugs coming from the EU. Almost all medication is tariff-free throughout the world, but prices could increase if they have to be batch tested again in the UK. That would also cause further delays to patients. Georgina Tankard is about to have radiotherapy for her breast cancer. She'll need a hormone drug afterwards and wants reassurance she'll get it.
We're not at war. We are not a country that doesn't have access to these drugs. So why are we putting people in that situation? People don't choose to be ill. People don't choose to have cancer. To putting them in a situation where potentially they're not going to have access to scans, to the treatment and to the drugs that they will need, is just totally unacceptable.
Consultant oncologist Dr. Clive Bedell agrees. He says if radioactive cancer drugs that degrade quickly are delayed in transit, it could be the difference between life and death for a patient.
There's clearly going to be serious risks to life. Some of the radiopharmaceutical agents are used to measure kidney function before we deliver chemotherapy drugs. And unless we can be certain of the accuracy of our kidney function tests, we can't then give the appropriate dose of chemotherapy.
The government, though, insists everything that can be done to prepare is being done.
The supply of medicines is critical. This is why we're doing this planning. You know, we make sure that for the short shelf life drugs that can't be stockpiled, we'll be bringing them in by aeroplane, and that we make sure that there's the supply available.
Despite government reassurances, some in the medical community insist they are not scaremongering. And with predictions a no-deal Brexit could cost the NHS more than £2 billion by next year, it's clearly a scenario many fear most. Emily Morgan, News at 10 in Wrexham.